It is a magnificent tree. Everyone who comes to the house to visit can't get over the size of it and the 5 branches that go out from the base. It's a shame it's had to go.
We've been living in the house 37 years and it's sort of part of the family. The last 2 years we've noticed there's been some deterioration in the bark around the root area, and the leaf foliage is starting to get a bit sad, so we've had a few people look at it. But Clive came along and confirmed it.
I talk about his experience and his ideas and all that sort of thing. Fills you with a bit of confidence that you need when such a massive task needs to be done.
We like sitting outside and be able to sit there and relax and have a glass of wine or a beer, just look out at the beautiful view. I've gone through a feeling of loss about this happening because it will change the whole area, well, change our whole house. Apart from the loss, it's also exciting for this kind of thing to happen.
The whole tree is going to be brought down in small sections and lowered to the ground. So we'll be using a lot of rigging equipment, pulleys and lowering ropes. We have a lowering device. A person on the ground can hold the branches using this. We've got 2 sets of climbing gear, one for me and one for another climber. The aerial rescue kit. We have, as you can see, copious amounts of saws. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
My name's Matt. I'm the team leader here at Bohmer's. I've got 3 staff who work with me. So a job like this, it's pretty involved. There's a fair bit of logistics involved in getting a tree like this down. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but in reverse, you're taking the pieces away instead of putting them in. So figuring out which pieces are one to take is part of that challenge, and that problem-solving aspect of it is something that I really enjoy. Bohmer really looks after us. He's focused on safety, which is important for all of us as well.
The biggest challenge, we've got very limited space. As you can see, we've got the decking, we've got the house, and there's quite a bit of vegetation beneath the tree the lady doesn't want damaged. The other thing is it's been raining today, so we have to be really careful because this decking is quite slippery. Wish me luck. Day 3, got about 5% of the foliage left. We've got rid of a considerable amount of timber. We had a couple of issues this morning with the high wind. It was blowing a gale, which started as soon as I got up the top. So we quit for a while and we felled a large leaf privet, which is a weed species. It's very much frowned upon having it in your garden. We've probably got about 3 days left here. Obviously we've got to get this big one down. There's another tree on the northern boundary line which is rotten in the base, which we've got to remove as well. We'll be here for another 3-4 days. Our chipper is called the Enterprise. We nicknamed it the Enterprise because it boldly goes when no other chipper has gone before. But I cannot imagine how long it would have taken without the Enterprise. It's a very brutal job at the best of times. The access here, we've got a terrible rickety old staircase. Our poor guys would have been brutalised and we'd be here for like 2 weeks. We started off climbing and removing all the foliage. We got down to the big trunk and we removed that with the use of a machine and our rigging systems. And yeah, we got it down safely. We took nearby 6 days to carry out all the works here. First day was rubbish because of the rain, but the rest of the job went absolutely perfect. The clients managed to spread all the mulch around and the garden's looking absolutely fantastic.
We get a lot more sun into the house, and when you're sitting at night time in the lounge room, which has a marvellous view of the back garden, you actually get a distance view which we haven't had before of the sky, which is really phenomenal. I mean, I had great faith in the fact that they weren't going to squash the house, but it was still in the back of your head because any accidents can kind of happen. But to watch a tree like that with the amount of work that it took and the amount of precision that it took. The last part where they were removing the whole tree trunk and they were cutting bits off, and it was all tied to massive ropes and everything was so carefully swung away from the house. It was just phenomenal.
So far as removal of any tree is concerned, I'm never happy about that. But the problem is with it was rotten at the base and just presented as too much of a risk. But I'm delighted with the result. It just looks so fantastic. I'm a very happy man with what we've achieved. Like I say, I couldn't have achieved it without the guys on the ground.